Hello everybody, and today I'm going to be talking about the pixelated candy situation. Now, of course, if you guys haven't already seen my other video, I am going to be kind of summarizing my video in this, just for the people who haven't watched it yet. So, yeah, if you guys enjoy content like this and want to see more of it, make sure you guys go ahead and hit the like button, and of course, subscribe with notifications on so you can see my every upload, and then check out some of my other content because you also may enjoy that. But yeah, if you guys don't know who Pixelated Candy is, she's basically a Roblox developer, and she developed a game called Fashion Famous, and she is currently developing another game, but she's also Taymasters' wife. And a long time ago, well, not that long ago, but quite a while ago, Taymaster and her got into a whole beef, and basically what happened was they both got into an argument. Taymaster then tweeted out that she stole all his money and left him. You know, it was just because they were having an argument that didn't actually happen, and people still use that against her, which is kind of weird. But yeah, that's basically who she is. We know her from that. But what she recently did is post some pretty bad images. Of course, I'm not going to say what it actually is because it's extremely triggering, and I noticed that pretty much everybody was saying the word, and I want to be the person that you need to watch if you don't even like the word in general. Now, personally, I'm kind of desensitized to it, but I don't like saying it anyways, and I don't actively search it out. Well, if you're just like me, or you're a normal human in general that doesn't want to, just be scrolling on their timeline and immediately see an entire image of somebody's wrist, it was pretty bad. I wouldn't suggest looking at it. If you guys already have looked at it, then I wish you the best because I know it's extremely unsettling to look at. But yeah, this is just an update video for the entire situation in general. She has not apologized yet. However, there's been a ton of changes to her Twitter in general, and I just wanted to talk about that today. So what happened is she changed her Twitter bio and privated her account. Her bio used to say, creator of Fashion Famous and action figure toy at Roblox, grown up child, and lover of all sparkly things. I love rooting for the underdog. And now at the end of it, it says, this is a personal account, 18 and up content. Are you serious? Like, she could not have think this changed much, right? Because even though, hey, your account might be private now and it might say 18 plus, like people obviously wanted it to be, and people were criticizing you for putting it on your public account. But the thing is, making your account private and putting 18 plus instead of your bio changes barely anything. Now, if you disagree with my point, let me just go ahead and explain myself really quickly. She's had her Twitter account for about 6 years, and for those entirety of those 6 years, or at least most of it, her account has been public and she's been doing Roblox on it. As you guys know, Roblox is a game for mainly children or young individuals, and it's not for people who are 18 and over. So all her followers, or at least most of them, are from a time when she was not 18 plus. Therefore, all these people have not signed up for this. If she actually wanted to do this properly, she would make an entirely different account, and from the beginning of the account's existence, put 18 plus, so everybody knows when they follow it that this is an 18 plus account, rather than somebody who has followed this probably a week ago or something and forgot they followed it, or has been taking a break ever since then, won't come back to their timeline and just see how you've posted this bad thing on it, and your account is now full of all this stuff that they did not sign up for, and all this 18 plus content. At least give them a week of it being 18 plus before you start posting stuff that is for 18 plus, because some people don't use Twitter constantly and won't understand until they look at their timeline and see something that they didn't want to see, and might even lose their lunch for it, kind of ironically. But yeah, because if you guys have checked the RTC confessions recently and have seen the stuff about Pixelated, it's really sad and it really disappoints me, because some of these people are actually heavily triggered by this, whether being 16 or 18. They could be extremely triggered by this, meaning you should put a warning on the tweet or something. Now, I heard some people were arguing saying, hey, when you clicked on the tweet, it immediately said, hey, there is sensitive content here. But the thing about that is, you don't expect to see that from Pixelated Candy's tweets. Usually when that happens and it's Pixelated Candy's tweets or anybody like her, you just click OK, because usually it's a false flagging and you don't actually expect to see something really bad on it, which is what happened. So I'm guessing a lot of people who were like 13 clicked on it and were like, hey, I did not want to see this, and are now kind of traumatized from it, or at least disturbed by it. And some people were making this grasping for straws argument saying, hey, kids shouldn't be on Twitter. The thing is, this is a 13 and plus platform. I know people people who are 30 that might be traumatized by this. And the lowest age is 13. Therefore, there's so many 13-year-olds that would not like to see this and would not expect to see this on their timeline, considering how they don't have Twitter for this reason and don't go after these tweets, so they don't expect to see them on their timeline. And especially not from their favorite developer of fashion famous, PIXELATEDCANDY. I really like the way Albert's girlfriend, or Flamingo's girlfriend, put this. And she said, "It isn't my thing if I'm being honest, but it's cool. The fainting and the nausea I and other gets from this kind of stuff doesn't matter because we're 13 plus. Haha, right?" And she's just telling everybody that, hey, she's over 20. She's a grown woman and she gets this type of stuff and feels nausea and doesn't like to see these types of things and doesn't search them out. And she sees on her timeline and does not like it, even though she's 18 plus. So really anybody can be affected by this, and it's not great to have on your timeline if you don't specifically mark your Twitter saying 18 plus and make sure everybody knows that, or at least most people know that for a long period of time, up to at least a month heads up, saying that you're going to start posting some pretty bad stuff on your timeline before you actually start posting it, because that is the least you could do just for people who get triggered by this. And then she was getting extremely upset because people were, of course, sending her hate for doing this and sending her criticism, or whatever you really want to call it, considering how criticism is kind of seen as hate today. But she said, "I'm not going to say anything else. People here thinks it's okay to hurt me with words just because they don't like a post I made on my Twitter. I would never do this to someone I didn't agree with. I don't believe in treating people like this. I'm done." Now, some people were actually majorly hating on her. They were trying to cancel her. Of course, some people did cancel her. It wasn't like a widespread cancellation, but I would say some people did cancel her. Some people were even telling their followers to block her and telling them to unfollow her, otherwise they're gonna block you. So that, in my opinion, is taking it pretty much too far. You shouldn't send her hate at all. You should only criticize her, which is of course not hate, and it is simply telling her why she shouldn't have done that and what she should have done instead. After Pixelated went private, she also said, "No one cares at all. They're just here to beat me while I'm on the ground. I've been a target of horrible people for a while now. I've even posted stuff from the same site before and no one ever said anything about it previously. Now I'm just a punching bag." In this, she calls herself a punching bag and says people only want to kick her when she's down. Now, of course, the thing is, people aren't really trying to come at you, or at least some people are, but a lot aren't. And you're grouping them all together, and that's kind of sad because some people actually are trying to help you when criticizing you. Like, for instance, me, I'm not trying to send you hate at all. I'm just trying to help you and make sure you know that, hey, what you did was not correct, and this is how you could have done it instead. Also in this, she says, "I've posted stuff from the same site and no one ever said anything about it previously." So in this, she says that pretty much before nobody else was talking about it, now everybody else is. See, the thing is, the reason people are talking about it now is because you're more popular and more people are here to criticize you. Before, a lot of people didn't know about it, and apparently the people who did know about it didn't care, which is surprising to me that you didn't get called out for it, because I know even back then you were pretty big, which doesn't make much sense to me, but the bigger you are, the more you get called out for things. Of course, if I would have saw something back then, I would have still called you out, because no matter how big you are, if your content is made for children and you have a whole bunch of children following you, you should not post this. Now, after this, she pretty much just started going back to her regular tweets, which I don't support because she never even apologized. Personally, I don't follow her right now. I followed her and then I unfollowed her. Then she went private, so I can't follow her back. So if she actually does apologize, I personally can't see it. I highly doubt she did, and I'm pretty sure the post is still up to this day and to this second. You could probably go and see it right now if you really wanted to and already follow her. So yeah, make sure you guys go and tell me down below if she still has a post up, because I'm pretty sure she does, and I almost guarantee she does. Also, really tell me your opinions on the entire situation. Do you think that her not apologizing makes her still guilty and she should still be sent hate at all, or criticism in general, because she still hasn't, taken the post down? Which I would have personally done almost immediately, because in the first place, you must not been in the right mindset if you actually posted that, thinking you were going to get away with it with 20,000 followers. That's just not how it works, and people are going to call you out, because you should get called out because what you did was wrong. And also, comment below how you think Pixelated Candy can fix this, and what will it take for you to completely forgive her and basically wipe her slate clean. Personally, I think she should personally apologize to every single person she affected inside of the anonymous section. If you guys don't already know about the anonymous Twitter, a ton of people were coming out saying that they personally got affected by it. So she at least should apologize to them and make a public apology to everybody that got affected in general on her Twitter, and personally apologize to a couple people, because I know she can't personally apologize to everyone. And by personally, I mean like go up to them and go under their tweet where they said that you hurt them and saying, I'm sorry this affected you and I'll never do it again. So yeah, that's gonna wrap this up. I don't think she should be forgiven until she actually publicly apologizes, and personally I will not be forgiving her until she apologizes. Come on, just apologize. It's not that hard. But of course, if she doesn't actually mean it, then there's no use in apologizing. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys go ahead and like it. If you guys didn't enjoy it, dislike it. But most of all, leave a comment. I love seeing you guys' comments, arguing, and making sure you guys know the correct points. And say everything you know inside the comments below if you know any other information that I didn't cover. And of course, leave your opinions on it in general and in certain situations. If this was okay at all, if you think privating makes it okay, or if you think she was just trying to escape criticism by privating. Anyways, yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Follow me on Twitter for these things instantly. Join my Discord down below. Subscribe with notifications on so you can see my every upload, because I upload like this all the time on different situations that happen inside of the community. And like the video, and goodbye.